Hello.
Oh, that's quite a nice poster.
Yes.
Sorry, hello.
So you may notice that despite the fact we said we wouldn't be playing Left 4 Dead 2 again, we're playing Left 4 Dead 2 again.
Because Ben chickened out.
Yes. Well, oh, that is quite a nice poster. Well, frankly, I think it kind of works. Um, just because if you watch the last two videos, which you didn't,
Because no one did.
we did our own little games and the other watched. And this is just something that we both know it. It's accessible. We've both got it. It's easy. Um,
I, I,
yeah.
I did I did rather flippantly say that no one watches, and actually that's not true. There is someone out there who is liking the videos
Our Phantom Leica.
and
God bless you, you fucking weirdo.
either like the videos and comment or follow us or something so that we know you exist and who you are. Because I am uncomfortable with not knowing
It could be
anything about
literally
you.
anybody.
It
It
could be
could,
it could be my boss for all I know.
yes.
And if it's my
It could
boss,
be my
that is
boss.
concerning.
If it is, she hasn't mentioned it, which is not like her at all.
Well, I know that I think the women are on the wall again. God
It's
damn
just
it.
an asset. They just stick it somewhere. I think, we've got the space.
It's probably part of the wall itself.
You missed a trick there. I said they just stick it somewhere. I thought you were going to say, yeah, I'd like to stick it somewhere or some such.
Fuck, I daren't in case my boss is watching.
Oh, yeah, that. Well,
I don't want to
frankly,
think I'm some sort of randy devil that can't control himself. Because then they'd know what I'm really like.
well, my boss likes me, so,
Well, my boss likes me.
alright.
Jesus, this is a messy room. I'll show you a messy room. No, I do know that my line manager has found my TikTok account.
Oh, good God in heaven.
And the reason I know this is because I started posting on TikTok again.
Right.
Uh, in in particular, I started posting a game that me and the boy play
Right.
when we get home, called Post or No Post. And what we
Sounds
do is we open up our little post box. We determine whether we think we've got post or not, and then we open up our little post box.
yeah.
And if we get it right, we win. And if we get it wrong, we don't.
What do you win?
Well, we just win.
You win post.
Well, yeah, but there's a specific rule. The post has to be addressed to one of us.
Right. Does he get many letters for
He
his
does not.
bank accounts, investment, dividends?
No, no. Alas, he is mostly postless. Posty mostless.
Huh.
But I get a
Well,
fair bit.
hmm.
And so I've posted two of these videos so far because we only started doing it yesterday.
All right.
I got I found your TikTok account message on Teams earlier.
How the hell did she do that? She's doing it through Facebook or something.
No, she was scrolling through and it recommends people you might know. And she was like, "Oh, I recognise that voice, my voice, which is, as you know, Keith, as you know, not that interesting to listen to."
No.
And yeah, no, so she was having
It's
a go
better
on
than
me.
my droning tone. Sorry.
Well, I mean, you do go on a bit
I
sometimes.
swear to God, I will hunt that guy down.
I'm that guy. No, you're not that guy, but
Hmm.
no. So we post on no post, and it's controversial actually because I hadn't mentioned the, I
uh,
hadn't mentioned the rule, and we had post today, but it wasn't addressed to any of us.
all
It was
right.
just it was addressed to the former tenant of his property, and then two little random spam bits. But we don't call
Okay.
spam bits posts, do you? And it's not post.
Uh,
It's something that is in the post box.
well,
So yeah,
yeah.
two videos, and one was no post, one was post, but not really.
So
And
whoever
I got
you
a bit.
are, Phantom Liker, and I suspect you may be one of the two people who are subscribed to us. In fact, you are. That much is certain. Thank
Oh, we've
you.
got two people subscribed to us.
Yeah. It
You probably told us before, but
it makes my day. Well, it doesn't. I sort of get a bit happy when I see that I'm not the first person to like one of our videos, so that's nice. And
oh, you like them as well.
of course I do.
Oh, are you trying to help the algorithm? Because I
Yeah,
wouldn't bother.
it's not doing anything. It's not
Well, I
working.
mean, I intend to review Maneater for the what date is it? 30th of June.
All right. God.
So I'm trying to work ahead. You know
Oh,
that.
look at all these pictures.
Oh, they're just assets.
No, I think someone's uploaded their own
I think
photos.
the maker might be that Novalin person.
Alright.
But no,
Um,
what was I going to say? Yeah, I plan on reviewing it for the whatever it is, 30th of June. So I will probably put those videos in that review, and that will not help in any way, shape, or form. But
well, it's something.
and you never know, it might lead someone to learning things that they'd rather not.
Yeah.
Like we're not actually all that interesting.
How dare you? I am somewhat interesting. I am
Somewhat.
exactly as interesting as you would expect me to be, and not a penny more. Did you see Anne Widdecombe was on TV and said that poor people shouldn't be buying sandwiches if they can't afford them?
Well, you shouldn't buy anything if you can't afford them.
Well, no, but it was. I think. Well, in fairness, I think it might be a bit more than that. It was one of those, don't. It's your own fault if you're poor, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose. I didn't.
But
I mean,
it,
it's a bit rich coming from a Tory after. Is she still a Tory?
yeah. Well, I
It's a
think
bit rich
she's.
coming from a Tory after the cost of living crisis brought about almost entirely because of fucking Liz Truss and her inability to understand how an economy works properly.
She's only there for a month. It
I know.
reminds me of.
Look how many lives she's fucked up.
It just made me think of that time she was on this BBC reality TV show. It was about the premise of which it took like 5 celebrities and they went and did jobs in Victorian England. And
Hmm.
in the last one, they were in a workhouse, and within like a day, she had started forming. She was like on strike. She was rallying a strike because against her working conditions and payment, especially payment. It's like you couldn't last fucking a day in a fake workplace that did not pay you enough. You
And
know.
here she is.
Yeah. But
Did
and
you
oh
Sorry, go on.
no, go on.
No, you first.
No, it's all right. No, you go on.
I was going to move on to Lord Snooty. The MP looks a bit like Lord Snooty.
Jacob Rees-Mogg.
That's the one. Did you hear him basically admitting that the voter ID thing was an attempt to stop young voters?
Well, there
But
was
it
a
backfired.
few of them, wasn't it? A few saying that if Labour get in, they'll increase voting rights, and the Tories will never get back into office.
Yeah, I've seen video footage of him basically saying that they did it to try and stop people they didn't want voting for
Well, yeah, they did,
Labour,
didn't they?
and
Of course they
well,
did.
all it really did was stop people that would have voted Tory from voting Tory.
Hmm.
But like, that's not the kind of shit you normally get a politician admitting to.
Well, they're complacent, you see.
I think the person commenting on it said that it reads very much this sounds very much like he was making the anti-Labour point and just sort of got carried away.
Hmm. What do you mean?
Like
Making like where did that?
he'd been making an anti-Labour point about Labour's stance on voting, like you say,
Yeah.
and he, as part of that conversation, got carried away with the example of voter ID. Who the fuck is this meant to be? It's a painting on the wall.
Looks a bit like Elizabeth Bathory, but it's not. So that's that.
The inventor of a bathing house.
Hmm. Yeah, that's where we get the origin of bloodbath from.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Bathed in blood.
I mean, she was innocent. I think it was about getting control of her land, and the
all about
stories of
land.
her, sexually abusing her servants and killing young girls. It's just rooted in the misogyny. I mean,
Oh,
she
well,
may not have been a pleasant woman, but I don't think she was, a serial killer.
why have servants if you can't abuse them?
That's the point. You could argue
Yeah.
having servants is abuse in itself.
Well, you could, but I'm not Anne Widdecombe.
What?
I was
That's not like two completely unrelated things.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but you know what she's like. She doesn't necessarily make sense, does she?
I mean, yeah. So I have a connections round, as mentioned in the previous videos. I've got one left. Should we do it?
Oh, have you? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So you may get it, you may not. I don't know. It's up to you,
Oh, I've got
really.
a good feeling. Got a good feeling. Is it music related?
You know, as a matter of fact, it is.
Oh well, fingers crossed. Is it 80s music related?
I couldn't say.
Because you wouldn't know.
um, I think it is.
Okay.
So first two, Betty Davis,
Okay. She's got
and
eyes.
yes, and Fred Astaire
He danced.
on air. Yes,
Oh, did he?
yes, and Ginger Rogers, incidentally, is also in this, who did everything
Dance
backwards, but in everything Fred did, but backwards in the heels.
backwards and yeah.
Incidentally, there's a Columbo episode called Forgotten Lady, and the premise is a Fred and Ginger style dancing team, and she kills her husband because he tries to stop her from touring with him again, and it turns out she has like some sort of Alzheimer's dementia type condition, and he was just trying to help her, and she forgets that she killed him, and
Oh
her
no.
dancing partner takes the blame just to spare her and let her die, in freedom. And he knows that they'll figure out it wasn't him, and but by that point she'll be dead. So, and they wanted Fred and Ginger Rogers for it, but they didn't manage to get them. I think it might have been it was probably a fee thing. But yeah, you got any ideas?
No, I think I need a bit more to go on first.
Okay. Grace Kelly,
Mentioned by Mika in that song, Grace Kelly.
yes, and Princess of Monaco, who died in a car crash, much like Princess Diana. Incidentally, Princess Diana, when she was freshly Princess of Wales, met Princess Grace of Monaco during like a royal visit,
Oh yeah.
and she was struggling with the press, as she always was. And
Mhm.
she asked Princess Grace, "Does it ever go away, or does it get better?" And Princess Grace just said, "Oh, sweetheart, it never goes away."
I mean,
It's just
she's
like this.
been dead how long now, and they're still going on about her?
Yeah, it's just this really sad little moment between these two women who were like, used to this shit.
Your wording there is of interest to me because there is a woman on TikTok who is doing impressions of Diana in certain situations,
Right.
and one of them was Diana if she lost, come dine with me, and she did the I know, and in fourth place me, and the sad little life Jane speech and all that.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, when you mentioned Dino, you reminded me, but when you said the, sad little moment, and it really,
Yes. That is. Yeah, I can just picture her doing that with the sad eyes and sort of cocking her head to one side and looking up. Is it that?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Her impression is basically just that,
Yes.
with a sort of slightly posh voice.
I mean, that's the look, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
this individual is also doing, the Louis Spence video where he's on the roof, and it's like they'll have to catch me first. What are
Yeah.
they going to do? Shoot me? She did
Yeah.
that as well. Princess Diana, but trespassing on the roof of Pineapple Studios.
Whatever happened to Louis Spence? I hope he's still a thing somewhere. I hope he's
I,
all
I
right.
think he got shot, didn't
What?
he?
Uh,
What are they going to do? Shoot me?
oh right. Yes. Yes. He was arrested for trespassing. Um. Yeah.
There you go.
But
I
I
feel
don't
like,
know. Just bad level design.
well, no, to be fair, we've not been looking that far. It seems like we had to come up here, and it turns out
Would
we
you
probably don't.
Would you like a couple more?
Oh yeah, forgot we were doing this. Yeah, go on then.
Catherine Hepburn.
She was Moon River. She sang that, I believe, at some point.
No.
She was in a
She was in
film
The
with that.
African Queen and The Lion in Winter. The only actress, or the only person to win 4 Oscars for Best Actor or Actress. Um, the first of which she won for the unfortunately titled Morning Glory.
Ha 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 ha.
Um,
Oh no, what have I done? There we go.
yes.
Accidentally pressed the tilde key.
And Marlon Brando, of course, is Marlon Brando.
Yes, Marlon Brando. Jor-El, was it? He played in Superman.
He played his dad. Yeah, I think that does
Okay.
ring a bell. Duracell. Yeah.
Yeah, Jor-El. Not my favourite battery,
Mm.
but it is the best a man can get. All right, or is that?
That's Gillette.
Is it?
Yeah.
I knew a girl who went by the name Gillette.
You knew a what?
a girl who went by the name of Gillette.
There's a minor character in Pirates of the Caribbean who goes by the name of Gillette.
Is there?
Yes, I only know because on the riff tracks version of that movie, where they riff it, obviously, the riff is, I don't know, somebody says, "What do you think, Gillette?" And then the riff is, "Are you really the best a man can get?" That's how I remember that character was called Gillette.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
I've always remember.
um,
In
more?
that in one of
Sorry, go
Marlon
on.
Brando's, possibly his only scene in that Superman, his lines were written on the baby's nappy.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've spoken about Marlon Brando in a previous video, but he did not like acting because he was just effortlessly good at it, and everybody gave him compliments, and that was really fucking tiring to him. You know. There's a story about a kid who went up to him and said, Marlon Brando asked what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he said he wanted to be an actor. And Marlon Brando says, "Why don't you grow up to be something useful?" So
Well,
he did. Marlon Brando did not like acting.
well, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Oh, Jesus Christ!
But you know, if you how do we? Where?
I fell down a hole.
I know, but I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess we fell into Boomerbile.
I know. I got boomered.
Oh, right.
I literally fell down right in front of one, and he blew up on me.
Yeah, but I mean, Marlon Brando was famous for having his lines fed to him through a mic or having them written on a cue card. But it didn't matter because he was still Marlon Brando, and no matter if he was phoning it in, he was still the fucking best actor alive. Tank.
Get back. Oh, we both done it.
Oh, God. We really should communicate, and we both missed.
Did we?
It's not on fire, and it wasn't on fire before it jumped into the water. So.
Well, that's disappointing. We let our side down a bit there.
Would you like some more names?
Yeah, go on
Rita Hayworth.
then. The woman on the poster in Shawshank.
Yes. Famous.
Although that movie didn't come out until after the scene that he escaped in, if I remember correctly.
What?
The movie that the poster's of didn't exist at the time, but it's meant to have existed.
Oh yeah, no, I think yeah, okay. She was in Gilda, which is the film they're watching in Shawshank Redemption, where she does the thing with the hair.
I don't know what thing you're talking about.
Well, they're all in this theatre and they're watching.
No, the thing with the hair. I don't know what the thing.
Oh, she like throws her head back.
Oh,
and says hello, and they all wolf whistle and stuff. That's from Gilda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which I have seen at university, but it was a long while ago. I don't remember what it's about. Can I close the door?
Who else? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So what do we have? We have.
Fucking hell, I killed a lot.
Let's say Marilyn Monroe, possibly. Rita Hayworth. No. Okay, Marilyn Monroe and.
Famous for singing "Happy Birthday" to the President and pretty much nothing else.
Okay, that's a bit of an understatement. And Joe DiMaggio, her ex-husband who was abusive.
Alright, oh, fine. She was famous for being married to Joe DiMaggio as well.
No, he's on the list too.
I know, but you know.
Have you got any ideas at all?
Well, I vaguely recall them being named in a song, and I'm trying to remember who it is that sang it and what it's called.
It was.
It feels like a spoken word section of a song.
It was a spoken word section in a song, sort of spoken word section of a song.
Is it Vogue by Madonna?
It is Vogue by Madonna.
However did I get that?
I don't know. It's almost like you did this before in a video where we had a terrible fight, but whatever.
Well, we wouldn't have a terrible fight, would we? We're such good friends.
I know,
and I held you in such high esteem.
Okay. Yeah, that
this certainly isn't the fourth video we've recorded tonight.
That will be our lost tape. When this gets a following, people will go, "What are they referencing? What are they referencing?"
And they'll never find out because we've already deleted it.
Yes, it's been deleted. It's like that video of the news reporter shooting herself. We got rid of it out of respect.
I didn't know that was a thing that had happened.
Yeah, there was in the 70s or 80s. There was a news reporter. I can't remember her name, which is sort of sad. But she
That's life.
She was very depressed for. I think she was depressed because she was single, and the news station she worked for was like a typical shitty news station, and reported on loads of terrible things, and she got a bit despondent about that. And I think she was told that her I think she had like an ovarian thing, so she was told if she didn't have kids within the next like couple of years, she probably never would. And it was Christine Chebeck or something like that. But she gave a broadcast, and it was something like in keeping with this station's commitment to blood and gore, we now bring you a the first TV's first attempted suicide, live attempted suicide, and she shot herself.
Jesus.
And she
Did
died.
she succeed? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she died.
Wow.
Yeah, it was handed over to the family, who rather understandably destroyed it. But yeah, it was just a local TV channel. But
that door looks very different.
yes, it does.
But I can't see what we're
Well, we've got to follow these arrows, one would assume. And yet we have done this.
Yeah, I couldn't see anywhere specific that we could go. Must we go out the window, maybe?
I mean, there's this. Yeah, that would be my guess. We have to go out this window. Oh God.
Oh, so, you know what? I did see this window, and I completely forgot about it.
Fair enough. It's not a very memorable window. It's basically just a hole.
Yeah. I've got a knife. There's a lot of security guards in here.
Oh,
What
God.
are they securing? If you could own any military vehicle, what would you pick? I don't need an exact model, just a general.
Yeah, fair enough. I would own. Air Force One a military
That wasn't
vehicle?
My answer.
I was thinking, what could I live in?
You could live in Air Force One.
I
would consider it to be.
Well, my first thought was a submarine, like a state-of-the-art submarine that could stay underwater for like years at a time.
Mm.
So if we're not counting Air Force One as a military vehicle, I would go for a state-of-the-art submarine, and I would spend most of my time underwater, away from people, like Captain Nemo.
I feel like someone who once thought that there wouldn't be enough space in cargo containers for someone to live in, after I did the maps, would probably be somewhat cooped up inside a submarine.
You say that, but it's just me.
You say that, but
in this scenario,
you'll get bored without other people.
I know I wouldn't. You underestimate me.
I don't think you'd get good internet down there.
Well, you got to, haven't you?
Do you?
Well, you must have a connection to something. And if someone can figure out how to play Doom on a Casio calculator...
Then you come and get down here.
Why?
Because this is where we need to go. And I'm dying now.
Oh, God. I thought we were meant to go the other way.
That's just a big drop. And it's very rarely a big drop that you need to go. Why did he go for me?
I don't know. Just lucky, I guess.
Are you going to heal me?
What?
There we go. No, that's where we came from.
Right.
We want to go down here. Which is... like the window that you were at is up here. Yeah? So it's a bit of a drop.
Fair enough.
That makes sense that there's a night stick, considering.
If you could own any well, no, that's a pretty shitty question, because...
Any what?
Any country, but I stopped talking at the wrong time, didn't I, really?
You did a little bit. How rude of you.
Yes, if you could own any country.
Are we doing that?
Well,
we're stopping it on any...
yeah, it's a bit of a shit question, really, isn't it? Because it's just the US.
No, I'd want to own Monaco. Are we counting Monaco?
Yeah,
I'd want to own Monaco.
I would own the US, and then I would nuke it and start
But
again.
you've got plenty of space to. No, I would want to own Monaco.
Oh, there's some laser sights here for our shitty guns.
Might as well. Because Monaco's quite pretty. It's small, which means there's not an
It's
awful lot
very
of
small.
like.
It's the most compact nation on Earth, or densely populated nation on Earth, or something. It's full of multi-millionaires. They buy like 2-bedroom apartments for tens, if not hundreds of millions of pounds there, just because it means they get tax benefits.
Yeah, like I can live with that.
Yeah.
And it means that I would almost definitely get to watch the Monaco Grand Prix.
I say almost definitely. I would bloody hope so if you own the damn country.
I would like to think so. But I feel like there might be certain requirements for me to, I don't know, have somewhere to watch it. And just because you own the country doesn't mean that you own everything in it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I was working on.
Oh, okay. I wasn't working on that assumption. Get back. Almost too far back.
Hmm.
I just threw a gas canister in there. There you
There
go.
you go. I'm going to go back and get those laser sights for this new gun. It's not too far away. You got any other fun hypotheticals?
Uh, hmm.
Okay, here's a genuine one. If you could have any superpower,
I mean, is this
any
a
at all,
superpower? Is this a superpower with the obvious limitations, or are we just saying this is a superpower and it's
this
perfectly
is
fine?
where you really define it yourself. It's like if you chose invisibility, you could say, well, I'm invisible to like infrared vision and stuff as well.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a little fun one.
I think I'd go with
Uh,
the thing that Sylar had in.
the ability to pick up on other people's abilities.
No, because he didn't. That wasn't really what he had.
Well, it was. It was just sort of a bit.
He
It
he
sort
had
of
a he had the
combined with
ability
his.
to he had the ability to
Understand how
understand
things
stuff,
work. Yeah, no, you're right.
and I feel like that would be. I
Useful.
think that's probably helpful. I could do whatever job I wanted then.
Hmm. You kind of could, yeah, for the most part. How would that affect like language?
Well, I'd
Would you be able
probably
to
be
learn languages really easily, or would it just be a case of?
I feel like it would probably be quite easy. To
Well,
learn
this has
language.
gone fucking poorly, hasn't it?
Yeah, I was up on the roof of that little bit of building there, and I got smoked off on the way to save you guys. I was trying to save Alice in particular.
I turned around and everybody was getting their ass handed to him.
Why were you turning around?
I don't know. I was just killing.
Oh, we were dying. Which one of these has got a health kit that's going to heal me?
Well,
Go on,
Alice has one.
Who's he healing? Oh, he did heal me. Nice. I've still got one.
There's a witch right there. Evil is
Evil is
growing.
growing.
Be careful.
Hang on, there's a way out here. Don't know if I dare. Which way did you go? Did you go around the right hand side?
I went past her. Yeah.
I think somehow we've all got past her.
I would like to be able to pause time, but not age while time is paused, which is overpowered as fuck. I grant you.
Question: if you die, what happens?
Well, after time, I don't know. I don't really care. Frankly, if I'm honest, that's not really my concern.
So you would be content living in a world where if you died whilst
The
time was
world
frozen.
essentially ends. Yeah.
Well, on the contrary, it'll never end. Is it localized to like our solar system? Is it just the planet? Is everything else?
I suppose you'd have to go for the universe, because in the unlikely event that aliens, or the entirety of existence, because in the unlikely event that aliens invade while I've paused time, you know, if I pause time for a month while I piss about, and aliens invade on the 30th of November, and I pause time on the 1st, and I've got to, you know, for everybody else,
If it one had of a surprise when they woke
yes,
up.
you know, last thing you know, you're making breakfast, and now you got, you know, a Dalek's
Fingers
fucking,
up your bumhole.
yeah.
That's how I want to spend every Friday.
That's how you do spend every Friday. It's the
No,
impression
it's
I was under.
very rare that things end up in my bumhole these days.
You said that so sadly.
Well, you know.
Don't shut the door yet. I want to heal. For
Oh, yep.
these lot take the med kit. I thought evil was growing. I don't. It's not really growing. Ready?
Yeah, nothing really happened. Nice one. Although, again, I was incapacitated for quite a while.
Mm. I think I've said before, but I think my ideal world is one in which I'm the only person on Earth. But
And everything else works, just carries on.
sorry.
And everything else just happens.
Well, not really, but
Like food and stuff.
yeah, it never really goes away. Like every day the shops restock.
Cool.
And every house is unlocked, so I can just go and explore. But I think I would get lonely after a while. I am a man. I have a heart, you know. If I
Does sound a lot like you'd quite enjoy that game.
yes, honestly, I might look into that. What's it called?
Shadows of Doubt.
Right.
Again, it is only early access, which obviously
Did Yahtzee Croshaw just talk about how he kept getting distracted and going into places?
at times. I think there was a point when he mentioned it. And he did mention how it sank into a sort of familiarity in terms of how to. The game, the Steam listing mentions how you could. There could be a case that relies entirely on a discarded receipt.
Right.
And you finding that receipt, and you from that working out what shop it is, and looking at their CCTV to check the time against the receipt to work out whose receipt it
That
was.
sounds
And,
great.
like that is a level of attention to detail.
Yes, it is.
And it's not overly visually appealing,
Yeah.
but there's a lot going on in it, and it's still only early access. So it's like I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to probably bump something off my review list to cover it at some point in the next couple of months.
Well, it might be fun for one of us to do on this, if I'm honest.
It could well be.
But I've sort of locked myself into Pokemon Blazing Emerald for a while, if I'm honest.
Well, you can take a break from it if need be.
I don't think so.
There's more thingies over here.
No, I'm on it now. Oh, right, no, I've already got some.
Oh, it's got an alarm sound though. So what did you open the door for?
For glory.
Right, dodge rat. Where are you going?
I dodged it.
The alarm's over here.
Right.
Sorted.
Nice.
I've never been to Czechoslovakia or the Czech Republic, if you prefer. But I feel like this probably looks fairly similar to some parts of it.
What, in its current state?
Yes. Like that Budapest one that we did. Did not look like Budapest.
Well, the Parliament looked. I mean, I remember the Parliament. Looked
Oh,
familiar enough. That was only the second campaign we've never finished.
yeah, but it was really quite bad, and the ending was just ridiculous.
I mean, whoever made it that was their first attempt, I think you said. So
Possibly, I can't remember.
no, it's not
Oh no,
really.
not this way. Not this way. Not this way. That's
Really?
where we came from. Yep, that's where we came from.
Oh right.
It's a side route to where we came from. Like an alternate way down.
Hmm.
I have an immensely fantastic sense of direction.
There it is. I can tell because of the big arrow.
Helps. I attribute my sense of direction to Minecraft, you know. One of many useful skills.
Well, you have to really, don't you? Because the world map isn't. There's no mini map, and there's no.
No,
real,
you can get maps, but you got to go through a lot of work to get them.
Yeah.
And it's not really worth it most of the time.
Golly, there's a lot of stairs.
Ah.
Have you ever seen an episode of Midsummer Murders?
No, I don't think I have.
Huh.
Oh, I set them off.
What'd you do that for?
There was a button. Oh, press a button. If there's a button, there's a red button as well. Look at it. It's over here.
Okay, I want to see. Where is
If
it?
you miss it, it's on the blue one on the table here. Like literally right next to me.
Oh, that one, right.
Yeah.
What did it do? Do we know?
Not
it-
sure.
Is it maybe bringing that crate over?
It doesn't seem to be getting any closer.
No.
So I'm not convinced. Let's see if there's anything else we can do around it. Oh, there's a monitor, yeah. I'll grab a monitor.
Oh, hello.
Is it moving?
There's someone downstairs a cage.
Ah.
Despite all our rage, we're still just some rats in a cage.
I was thinking about that song. I can't believe I got the song that you had the connections round. Truly, I am amazing
Hmm.
at remembering. Because if we were to see the witch now, like this would be the
What's
perfect
your
time to attack.
favourite Madonna song?
Don't really have one.
Right. Okay.
I'm not an overly a big fan of Madonna, to be honest with you.
Right.
She's someone I've never really given that much time to. So like, I'm sure she's got some fantastic songs, but
I like a prayer. L'Isla Bonita.
Kylie's got a new one out.
Look at you yawning away.
I mean, it is 10 past midnight and I've got work.
This is work. Focus.
I'm not getting paid.
You are paid by the like we get. That is your reward.
It doesn't feel like much of a reward. Feels more like a burden to me.
Ah. Eat the pain.
Is that you saying that, or did you find something written?
There was a thing on the wall.
No, I didn't see it. You got a jockey after you.
Oh god.
There we go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. What ladder? I'm gonna kill the thing. If you could have been any musician
Yeah.
instead of who you are,
Yeah.
who would you pick?
Ringo Starr.
Why Ringo?
Because he doesn't have to do much.
I don't know. He's a drummer.
Do
Might not be the
do I inherit their talent? Presumably so.
You just swap lives with him completely.
I can't. Can I change their lives or do anything different?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Oh no, she was
Okay.
right there.
Oh, I'm in the way.
Hey.
Okay, but I think I killed her
Well,
because none of you lot were doing fuck all.
you've done me a kindness.
Don't say I don't do nothing for you. Although that would be
Um,
grammatically correct. I don't do nothing for you.
which musician has had the best career? Well, I suppose I want money, a long, happy life, and some sort of legacy. But it wouldn't really be my legacy, would it? So I suppose that doesn't really matter.
Oh, wait, I got her. Rochelle, heal me up. Thank you.
So I keep going towards Paul McCartney, but he lost his wife very sadly. And then he was married to Heather Mills. That was a big thing. Do you remember Heather Mills McCartney and her divorce
Vaguely.
trial?
No, I don't remember any of that. I remember, didn't she have a fake leg?
Yeah, she had a prosthetic leg, yeah. And she broke down on GMTV.
Well, there's worse places you can break down, but not many.
Yeah.
I'd rather break down in the middle of Iraq. At the height of the invasion.
Um,
What?
no, I'm just trying to think of which musician it'd be.
If you're thinking famous and successful and talented and long living, someone like Keith Richards wouldn't be a bad shout.
Yeah. And he has had an adventurous life.
He has.
Tank. I haven't got any ammo.
Right, it is on fire.
Thank you.
I recommend you come up here. Where is it? Oh. There we go. I took care of it.
I don't know, honestly.
I'd probably go with someone like Roger Taylor
The drummer from The Who.
from the Queen. From
right.
Queen. The Who's drummer was Keith Moon, and he died a long time ago.
Alright.
Whereas Roger Taylor's still alive.
Well, Keith Moon was friends with Oliver Reed.
Yeah?
Yeah. When they first met, Keith Moon flew over to his house in his helicopter, over to Broome Hall, which was Oliver Reed's stately home, and Oliver Reed came out with a 12-bore shotgun and started firing at the helicopter.
How'd you do?
And the pilot shit himself, apparently.
Oh, wouldn't you?
But they became very good friends after that, because they were both just as fucking outrageous as the other. Right, time to heal. Don't shut the door. Please. Thank you very much.
There we go. Alright, if you could be any historic political leader, who would you go with?
Can I change their what they did?
No.
Okay, I would be.
You have to live exactly how they are. You're basically just swapping places. You're not changing history. You are. If you could be remembered in the way that we remember anyone.
Well, I wouldn't be, would I? Because it's not my actions.
No. But in this circumstance, it is you. It's just.
Oh right,
you
okay.
instead of them, you become.
The Emperor Augustus.
Yeah.
I would say Caesar, but it didn't end too well for Julie.
See, I was thinking of Julie, but
whereas Augustus lived into his 80s.
I saw a joke somewhere where someone had said that whoever idea it was to get rid of it so that September was the 7th month
Yes.
should get stabbed. And it's like, well, I've got some good news for you.
Yes. And I read the thing on Tumblr, which you may have seen, that somebody said that very few people who actually said they would stab Julius Caesar actually went through with it. There were like 50 odd conspirators and only like 17 stab wounds. And somebody
Yeah.
commented that's like every group project ever.
Yes, it absolutely is. Do you remember when we did that group project about heroes?
Yeah.
And so many people were Hayden Panettiere's character. There was a lot of reaction to that.
Well, yeah, but you know, they were 16-year-old men, boys.
Oh, that's reminded me. Let me find the article. So I wanted to talk about those stats tests, didn't I?
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I want to know if. Oh God, come on! Because it's got the questions. It's got the
Right.
questions that are supposedly causing so much trouble.
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting.
Okay. Find and copy one word that is closest in meaning to eat. And has an extract that I'm going to read as best I can.
Closest in meaning to what? Sorry.
Eat.
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 Okay.
You know what word eat means, yeah?
Yeah. Yum yums for
Okay.
tum tums. Yeah.
I'm just gonna read the paragraph that's got it rather than the whole thing. So, Texas in general is a paradise for bats because of all its tasty insects. A mother bat will go out hunting every evening and consume about 2/3 of her body weight in insects every single night to meet her energy need. Feeding frenzy can last all night.
Feeding.
Ah, interesting.
I
Because
was.
that's
I would have gone for consume, but consume can doesn't necessarily mean eat. Consume could mean well a number of things, couldn't it?
consume. In this particular circumstance, both answers are accepted. Apparently, the
Right.
mark scheme says to accept both answers, but the consume is the teacher was concerned that the answer was consume, but many children would have written feeding. According to the mark scheme, both answers were accepted.
I would have explained it. I think because
Uh,
consume. You know, consume is more like a general thing. You've consumed this company consumed the other company, or whatever. This country has consumed
yeah, I get
more than its
understand.
share in food products or whatever. You know, it's
Yeah,
the using up of something more
yeah.
generally rather than feeding, which is more specific.
There's another one. She wriggled back inside the tent. What
Wait,
does this
which
tell?
is the where which is the it's still eat? Is it?
No, no, it's no, what? It's a completely different question.
Okay. Oh right. Okay. Go on.
Okay, so she wriggled back inside the tent. What does this tell you about how Priya got inside the tent? Is it A, she ran quickly inside? B, she jumped through the flap? C, she had to squeeze in? Or D, she crept in quietly?
You had to squeeze in.
Okay. Do you think there's any ambiguity in that?
Well, it was between that or crept in quietly, but wriggling. I mean, I think there is a bit of ambiguity in that, to be honest.
Do you?
Yeah. Do
Because
you?
that was clear cut to me that it was squeeze in.
Yeah.
But to me,
If somebody put crept in quietly, I could see how they got to that. But
this is a reading paper, I should add. So,
yeah,
you know.
I lean strongly towards. So you went for the same thing I did.
Well,
She had to
yeah,
squeeze
I
in.
did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The teacher in question seemed to be concerned that the kids would have gone with crept in.
Are we going
But
up here? Are we? No.
no, that's where we came from. So I think maybe we need to be down here, but I don't know. There's one last one.
Oh,
There's two paragraphs of text here,
okay.
and the question is: in which American state is the Congress Avenue Bridge found? By day, the Congress Avenue Bridge in the city of Austin could hardly look more normal. A grey, dreary city centre road bridge. By night, it plays host to one of the most amazing shows nature has to offer. The underside of a bridge is home to more than 1 million bats, and every evening in summer they all come swarming out at once, rising up to the city sky like a tornado before spreading out in all directions like plumes of smoke. Standing on the bridge, you might even feel the wind from their wings as they pass by. Austin is the capital city of the state of Texas in the USA, but is also the bat capital of North America. Bats under the bridge attract thousands of visitors every year, and every August, another celebrate Bat Fest on the bridge in their honor.
Okay, so the question was, where is this bridge?
In which American state is the bridge found?
Okay, yeah, it's Texas. I knew that from the first mention of Austin. But that's really more
I
of a
knew
geography. Well, no, it isn't really, because they mentioned Texas, don't they?
they
So,
specifically say it's in Austin, and Austin is the capital city of Texas.
yeah.
Like, there's no ambiguity in that. It's a reading paper. If
Yeah.
you've read the fucking paper, you know the fucking answer.
So just a reading comprehension thing, isn't it?
Which and yet the teachers they made the comment that you'd made, but obviously you were sensible enough to realise it wasn't actually that relevant.
Yeah, well, that was my thinking as it was going along. I thought, okay, this is mentioned as a hard question because they never mentioned Texas and expect the student to know where Austin is. But then they said Austin is in Texas.
Like, they make that point, and it defeats the whole. I honestly I feel like maybe the kids that have struggled with this just weren't actually that good at it.
Mm.
Maybe the pressure got to them on the day.
Well,
I don't know, but I'm just having a little look at it.
that's the thing about it's the examination process puts an awful lot of pressure on schools because the funding is sort of tied to it in some ways, and fall down in the league table. Fewer students will want to enroll.
And then you end up in a vicious cycle of
Yes, which means fewer funds, which means worse results, which means fewer students, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure to get this stuff right, and if your students fuck it up for whatever reason, you sort of challenge it. So it's the entire education system really that's the problem.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like in this case, I was all for, oh god, what have they done to the test when they were first announced it like last week. And now that they've come out with the actual what the issue is, I'm thinking, well, they're just complaining for the sake of complaining at this point.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel valid to me.
I mean, every year they sort of say that these things get easier. It's sort of interesting to hear somebody saying it's gotten more difficult.
The trouble is, they're not difficult questions. Like,
No.
I understand that I'm not I'm not in year 6. I'm not 10/11 years old, and thus I'm probably more likely to understand the answer to those questions anyway. But they're not difficult questions.
No. No, they're not.
So,
is that it? Have we done?
Yeah, that's it. We finished.
All right. Well, that was okay.
So yeah, year 6 kids, buck up. Do better next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did all right in my SATs. I got a 7 in English. I don't know whether they still go by numbers. I highly doubt it, given how they changed up GCSEs for no fucking reason.
Oh, they changed GCSEs 2 numbers, didn't they?
Yeah, I think. Well, it was just to give more variance.
I can't remember
different
what I got.
Shades of an A star or whatever.
I can't remember what I got, but I did well.
I got a few A stars.
I did well right up until college. So.
Right.
You know.
I got BBCC at college. Or you'd say.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
And that was a rough year, to be honest. But I did it. So.
That's fun.
Yeah.
No, I became a social creature, and my education lost out somewhat.
Oh, I got better accuracy.
I do attribute that in part to my not paying much attention in that finale because I was reading.
Bye.